Coming up next, the Bulls taking on the Timberwolves. For Chicago, they've shown no fear so far this season. Now on the road against one of the toughest tests yet. You can bet they're salivating at the chance to cement their elite standing in this league. Timberwolves, Bulls, just moments away right after this. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Craig Anthony courtside. On our sidelines tonight, reporting Allie LaForce. Well, a chance to check out some stats for De'Aaron Fox.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upward for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Kevin Huerter is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. And for Minnesota, De'Aaron Fox out there with Anthony Edwards. And it's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Reed. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. And like everyone else, GA, I'm looking forward to the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, we have a pair of the best centers in the NBA. Points in the paint will be a key number tonight.
Now, here's Fox. High post, Gobert. Out to Bridges. And a miss there on the triple. Fox against Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Buzelis sets a screen for Vucevic. Over Gobert. Misses off the left eye. And so Fox will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Gobert with the screen on Giddey. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, I love how Fox uses that wiry frame of his. He's eel-like in his ability to get to spots he wants to get to. He's always under control despite playing at a high rate of speed.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. White is double. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Giddey, no good. Here's Minnesota. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And it's Fox with the jam.
How about the vertical from Fox? Throwing it down with authority. Go get it, young fella.
Pass to Huerter. Back to Giddey for 3. And another miss by Chicago. Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. In the corner, Huerter with it. Here's Giddey. Now Vucevic. Over Gobert. Vucevic with the bucket.
Boy, nothing like shooting shots you know you can make. Vucevic shooting that one with confidence.
Gobert with a screen on Giddey. Here's Fox, and it's Fox with the jam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
Reed with a screen on Giddey. And here's Edwards from the arc. Kept alive. And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Stacks up right now. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at San Antonio, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they're playing well. You see good communication on both ends. A real solid year for them so far. They deserve that top 5 ranking.
Oh, here's Edwards. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average of nearly 16 points a game.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Buzelis' shot is good.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his 3-ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes easier.
And Greg, when you're dealing with this Timberwolves team, fairly deep, with size up front.
That can wear you down over the course of a game, and especially in a playoff series, a real strength of this team.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Buzelis.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw drops for Buzelis. And so he hits both. I'm told now by our producer, do we have them, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Thanks. Well, it took a while this summer, but the Bulls were finally able to get an extension done with their bright young point guard, Josh Giddey. In a buyer's market, they could afford to bargain for a team-friendly deal. And after some overreaches in the past, their disciplined approach stands out.
A good strategy. Thank you, Shams. Now here's Giddey. Still without a basket. White setting the pick for Vucevic. Pass to Buzelis. Now Giddey. Here's Vucevic. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Vucevic has got his second basket of the night. DiVincenzo with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of sour grapes.
Here is Edwards, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Herter. Reed with the defensive effort. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's DiVincenzo. He has yet to score. And that one's good from Connaughton.
A versatile guard, DiVincenzo is excellent at hitting his teammates in their spots.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Trailing by 4. Pass to Vucevic. In the corner. Herter with it. Vucevic's screen on Connaughton. Here's Herter. And the layup falls.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Reed with a screen on White. Edwards passes to DiVincenzo. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Herter on the wing. Trying to find White. Gets it to him. Giddey, no one around him. Buries the long-range jumper. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They've really been disruptive on the defensive end, forcing turnovers and turning those turnovers into points at the other end.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
And Chicago has possession, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. And it's off from three-point range. DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. Reed with a screen for Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Watch out now. Look out below. Edwards rising to the raft.
Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. Bulls trail by 3. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. An NBA champion with the Bucks. Clark, what do you think about Dante DiVincenzo?
Boy, the guy's a winner. I mean, I think about his spectacular performance in the championship game back in 2018. And then he plays hard all the time. I mean, he's willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And his defense and three-point shooting bring great value to his team.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Chicago. Dosunmu comes in for Kevin Huerter. Vucevic, pass to Giddey. Sinks the triple. Giddey's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
And not a guy who takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock him down if you let him.
Fox against Giddey. Back to Fox. Bridges a screen on Giddey. Fox passes to Bridges. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Dosunmu. Picked by Vucevic. Jacks up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. 1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Fox. Misses in close.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
Well, this man knows how to handle that rock. Looks like it's part of his body.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Bridges a screen on Giddey. Inside. Good work defensively by Smith. Chicago's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. They now take the lead.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Matthews. Hasn't made one yet. To the inside. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Matthews.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Vucevic with it, defended by Gobert. Now, here's Vucevic. Last time out, he had 13 points. White, good.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Picked by Bridges. Fox passes to Bridges. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bridges has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Boy, look how easily Bridges shoots through the contact there. I mean, his mechanics are strong, as is his body.
Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's White missing. To the paint. Bridges misses. His first quarter of play, we've seen plenty of offense so far. Bulls lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Coming in hot. They were sharp from the perimeter right out the gate.
Well, the player and ball movement has been excellent. Finding space, operating in space, and when they've gotten open shots, they've knocked them down.
The Bulls with the lead. Bridges out there with Bagley. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Keon Ellis. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Pass to Jones. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Jones has got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
Well, that's the goal of pick and roll. Get that separation you need.
And it's Bagley in the corner. Bagley sets a screen for DiVincenzo. Trying to find Bagley and gets it to him. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. Knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
Now here's Jones. Pass to Smith from past the arc. That shot off.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Bagley with the bucket. Bagley's got 4 points this quarter. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Spins. 6 to shoot. Goes through moves. Shot's good.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Bagley with a screen on Jones. To the middle. Marvin Bagley again. Bagley's got 6 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Now here's Dosunmu. Defense is right there. Fires from deep. The kick out to Williams. Off target from outside. The Timberwolves have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. For 3, Ellis hits it from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness there. Also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Both teams will make substitutions. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
Well, you look at Buzelis. He'll have a spot in the contest if he can hang out of the number 4 spot in the voting. And with his skills, you know he'll have a shot to win it if he can make it in.
He's going to have a great shot. And Kevin, he's going to give it everything he's got if he can make it into the contest. I bet his dunks have some serious thought being put into them.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing you already know, here are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
Bulls trail by 6. Out to the right wing. Buzelis, no one around him. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
Reed with a screen on White. Edwards passes to Reed. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Buzelis.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Vucevic checked in for Smith. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And we've heard some coaches complaining about players getting away with traveling. Is that something, Greg, the league needs to clean up?
Well, it's inevitable that a few of those calls are going to be missed. But listen, you'd rather have that than officials whistling travel that didn't happen.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Rudy Gobert talked about his objectives. He said, my goal is to be the best defender ever. And now my only focus is to win a championship and to keep impacting my team. Keep trying to make my team the top defense in the league. I think that's the best measure of an all-time defender. Back to you, Kevin.
He can lock it down. Okay, Allie, thanks. Minnesota leading by 4. Gobert with a screen on Jones. Here's Ball, and Ball slams it in.
Hey, he's always looking to go downhill, and when he's on the attack, he's going for the dunk.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
I really think they've got to find a way to produce easier baskets. I mean, whether they do it by running in transition or getting to the free throw line, they don't want a repeat of that past performance.
And the shot goes in from Rudy Gobert.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Jones looking for an opening. Vucevic gets double teamed. And deep Herter. And again, Chicago. No good. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on an 18-7 run. Gobert with a screen on Jones. Over in the corner, Edwards. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Bulls trail by 8. White with it. Now guarded by Ball. And it's White missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
An efficient score, Kobe White, effective with or great without the ball in his hand.
And that's a rare quality. Guard can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then sit to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
The Timberwolves dancing.
Checked in for Chicago. Around halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You look at the Timberwolves, the season well underway, and they've been solid in third right now.
And when you look at Minnesota, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Now, here's Fox. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Over in the corner, Ellis. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists in the game. And for the Bulls, they're shooting reasonably well, 45%. White, wide open, he fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And it's Fox with the jam.
And one of the quickest players in basketball. Love watching Fox use that momentum to his advantage on the drive.
Back to Giddey. There's some nice ball movement here by Chicago. No problem knocking that one down. Buzelis has got it back down to within single digits for the Bulls. And here is Ellis. His last outing, he had 8 points. And Ellis throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And that's a foul called on Keon Ellis. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Love. Takes a 3.
They are struggling to replicate the success they had from range in the first quarter.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The 3. And it's out of bounds. Now, they say it was last touched by Bagley. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Timberwolves second. Number 5, the Bulls.
And how many times have we seen these two clubs force turnovers and then convert at the other end? They really share a lot of similarities.
Pass to Buzelis. And here's Herter. Here's Vucevic. Bagley with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 11. Bagley with a screen on Giddey. Over in the corner, Ellis. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 4 assists now tonight.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops. Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Buzelis. Herter setting the pick for Buzelis. To stop the run. Herter, no good.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Bagley the screen. Fox kicks to Ellis. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. 17-point game. And again, no good by Chicago.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Bagley the screen. Now Fox. He's coming off a 10-point game against Utah.
You know, when you throw in the assist, he had a monster night.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting.
At times in the past, we've teased the fans for how they voted. But it's not easy, man. There's a lot of talented guys out here. I love to see who's leading so far.
Don't give them too much credit, Kenny. Some fans know what they're talking about, most don't.
And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Chicago Bulls.
They couldn't shut down the lane. Only thing that would stuff that is prime check. Maybe 2 of me.
Now that is a scary sight. 2 of you.
Well, we're going to need a bigger fridge, Arnie.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Bulls trail by 19, so the Bulls 5 right now. At the guards, it's Giddey at the 1 with White at the 2. Buzelis out there with Vucevic, and it's Herter in at the 3 slot. Reed with a screen on Herter to the inside. Out to Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Reed, that's in, coming off the assist from Edwards. Reed's got 5 points so far.
At 6'9" and about 260, Naz Reid has the size to make room for himself inside.
they've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Edwards' shot is good.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Timberwolves leading by 23. Reed with a screen on White. In the corner, it's Bridges. No good from outside. Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First and fewest turnovers per game. And they're number 2 in assists. This is being aggressive while still being disciplined in terms of moving the basketball.
And Greg, that field goal percentage you were talking about, they're the best in the league because of how smart they run their offense. You see nothing but good shots from them. The free throw drops for Buzelis.
A really talented youngster. Matas Buzelis comes from Lithuania, and they have a very rich basketball history there, and he's hoping to add to it.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ellis is checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Reed with a screen on Giddey. On the wing, Ellis from outside the arc. Good, and it's Fox who picks up the assist. Fox has got assist number 7 for him tonight. Bulls have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Here's Herter. It's White on the wing. Guarded by Reed. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Giddey. And again, no good by Chicago. Minnesota's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the 3-ball well. Here's Fox. Gobert trying to get open. And Fox gets it to go. Fox has got 10.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Chicago calls timeout. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for De'Aaron Fox.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
Pass to White from deep. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Greg, we have another up-and-comer from down under, Josh Giddey.
I mean, a lot of young talent coming to the NBA by way of Australia. Their great skill development programs showing in Giddey, who stands 6'8", but plays like a small point guard.
Pass to Buzelis. Out to White from downtown. That shot misses. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Minnesota. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Over in the corner, Matthews. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Chicago's gotten 1 of 6 3-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime.
Always has his head up. Giddey unselfish with it.
Timberwolves leading by 23. Miller with a screen on Giddey. Inside. And there's Miller. Good that time on the assist by Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Giddey surveying the D. Herter against Ball. Here's Giddey. It's good from long range. Giddey's got 9.
And if you allow Giddey to get in rhythm, he is more than capable of knocking it down.
Miller with a screen on Giddey. And Ball slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Down low, here's Vucevic. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks. With the new 11-year, $77 billion TV deal kicking in this season and tons of compelling teams, the NBA is in a great place. Commissioner Adam Silver said the NBA is in as strong as a position as it ever has been. Not just in my time as commissioner, he said, but in my over 3 decades at the league. Kevin?
And that is saying something. Okay, thank you, Allie. And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. From deep, Herter, good on the three-point shot. Herter's got his 3rd basket of the night.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Up top, Reed. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. That one on Vucevic.
Strong move by Reed. He's tall and agile and strong. He's hard to slow down.
Find the lane.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Timberwolves.
And, guys, how about the unselfishness and all about working that ball around, shifting the defense, and just seeking out the best shot.
And, you know, the more they penetrated, the more they realized the defense wasn't able to stop them. So they just kept doing it.
Drills it from outside.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Here's Edwards, and Edwards with the stop.
That skosh of space off the pick was all Edwards needed. Nice execution in the 2-man game right there.
For Chicago, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Back to Giddey. From the arc. Minnesota with the rebound.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Now, here's Bridges. He's guarded closely. Reed gets the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That is his first foul of the game. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Minnesota.
Dante DiVincenzo.
On defense, Minnesota. Herter setting the pick for Giddey. Pass to Herter. 6 on the shot clock. And that comes off the assist by Giddey.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And out of bounds is the Timberwolves gain possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics. And then on Monday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Smith checked in for the Bulls. Edwards, good.
And that corner pocket triple, terrific shot by Edwards from deep.
Giddey with it. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Herter. No one near Smith as he lets it go. Misses the jumper.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Bridges a screen on Giddey. Now here's DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far. Gobert. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the paint. Here's
And at almost 7 feet, Zealous is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do.
And the Bulls making a change here. Jones is checked in. Bagley with a screen on Jones. In the corner, it's Bridges. From outside, off the mark.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Smith sets the pick for Jones. And they call an illegal screen. And now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. What a month it's been for these teams defensively. The Timberwolves, number 1.
The coaching staff has emphasized the defensive end of the floor, and you can see over the last month they've really improved, doing a great job of keeping their opponents' points down.
Keon Ellis, he's checked in for Edwards. White against Ellis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 8 points for him.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And here's Jones. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. To the middle, and stolen by DiVincenzo. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Ellis can't get it to go. Bulls have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the third quarter. Outside, White. And that comes off the assist by Jones. White's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Bulls. Now DiVincenzo. Still yet to score. There's the pick. Inside. Nice pass. Run into the rack perfectly for the layup.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Herter. Smith with a screen on Ellis. Herter, no good. And so it's Minnesota in fairly good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. Back right after this. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground. The other thing, too, is once he picks the ball up, he's not going to shoot it. If he does, just stay down on him.
I like the way the Donovan's conveying that scouting report to his guys.
I mean, knowing how your opponent plays is important, and I think he's on point on this one.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Pat Connaughton. Fox is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Reed. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Smith with a screen on Fox. Dosunmu with it. Pass to Jones. Nailed from three-point land.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Reed. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. White, good. White's got 20.
The nasty handles of White, just so gifted at putting on a show with moves like that.
It's Fox with the drive.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
It's all in by the Bulls. Smith's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Driving inside. Phillips. And a miss there on the triple.
Just missed the defender right there, but couldn't take advantage.
Timberwolves leading by 22. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's DiVincenzo.
I don't think the defense was ready for DiVincenzo to get assertive like that. Dunking right on top of him there. Oops, upside your head.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Smith sets the pick for White. Kicks it out to Jones. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, Greg. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls. But overall, I think our officials do a great job, and the game is about as fair as it can be.
Jones, the pass to Smith. Back to Jones. Here's Dosunmu. And again, Chicago. No good. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Reed with a screen on White. Here's DiVincenzo. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Reed's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And there is the whistle that goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Vucevic, he's checked in for the Bulls. Here's Minnesota. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Gobert with a screen on White. Fox goes in, and it's Fox with the jam.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Bulls have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Jones, the pass to Smith. Vucevic against DiVincenzo. Vucevic a screen on DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. Jones plays it up and banks it in. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Minnesota calls timeout. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Bagley, he's checked in for Gobert. Miles Bridges comes in for Naz Reid. Edwards, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Ellison for Dante DiVincenzo. Chicago also making some changes. Bruce Ellis is checked in for Smith. Kevin Huerter comes in for Dosunmu. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Trey Jones. Bagley with a screen on Giddey. Over in the corner, Ellis. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got his 9th assist in the game now.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
Back to White. There's the triple. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
And their lasers are starting to do their thing. I mean, that's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
No coverage that time. Edwards got 10 points here in the second half. Giddey kicks to White. Huerter on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Bagley with a screen on Giddey. Over in the corner, Edwards. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. White with it, picked up by Ellis. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Bagley with a screen on Huerter. Edwards dishes to Bagley. Lays it up off the glass. 8 points for Marvin Bagley.
That's a gimme right there. That's exactly what you want.
To the inside. And that's a foul called on Keon Ellis. That's foul number 2 for him. Hey, Clark, we know resistance training is something pretty much every player does. Was that prevalent back in the 80s when you played?
That's 4 decades ago, Kevin, and it wasn't as prevalent as it is now. I mean, it's commonplace, and kids get exposed to the benefits of weight training and strength training for any sport, but particularly basketball, at a much earlier age now. So it's part of who they are once they get to the college level and then on to the NBA. But the core strengthening, the stability work of that area between your knees and your sternum, the middle of your chest, boy, that type of work has made a huge difference and would have made a great difference, I think, in my career had it been as prevalent as it is now.
Bagley, the screen. Over in the corner, Edwards. And the Timberwolves hit again from deep.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Poke loose. Here's Ellis. Bagley with a screen on Herter. In the corner, it's Bridges. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Ellis has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
No hesitation from Bridges there. He knows exactly when he should look to shoot it off the catch.
Here's Vucevic. A 3-pointer off the mark. Minnesota shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Bridges a screen on Herter. Fox passes to Bagley. Giddey against Fox. 5 to shoot. Back to Bridges. And good that time.
You know, that's a set that's comfortable for Bridges. I mean, he's got a good feel for the pick and roll, either as a creator or as a finisher.
Pass to Buzelis. Here's Herter. Here's Buzelis. He's guarded by Ellis. Back to Herter. To end the run. Drills the 3-pointer. Herter's got 6 in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Big-time matching 3 by Bridges.
And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Timberwolves.
And as one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so checking out their record tonight, that'll mark win number 32 overall.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting will be the second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for De'Aaron Fox.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Bagley the screen. Inside. And another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. It's rebounded by Giddey. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll do it, folks. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, De'Aaron Fox.